Dan, did it kind of feel like the team's B game tonight, trying to a bit tougher to get going in this game?
No, I mean, at the very beginning, I think it took us a little while. I actually thought it was after that, it was our first penalty kill. Like we gained some momentum, and then I actually thought we really started to put together some shifts. So maybe a little bit at the very beginning of the period, but then I did think like once we got a little momentum, we were able to carry it for a while, and it leads to scoring a goal and some other good ozone shifts. And I didn't feel like it was at any point, for like long periods totally under siege. I thought there was some momentum swings both ways. Like there were some times there where I did feel like, we were in our zone a little bit longer than we'd like to be. Maybe didn't get the change that we wanted, tired bodies on the ice, but then I also feel like it was a little bit back and forth. And then obviously in the third period, it was just a lot of special teams.
What did you see from Shilovs in that?
No, I thought again, it's early. It's like, I think for all these guys, first time getting game action, it's good. I thought there were some big saves in there, some plays into the slot there that we'd like to prevent from happening, but he was there when they did.
Your stats are probably different than the ones we get publicly. I think it was 3-2 high danger scoring chances after 40 minutes, at least the public stats anyway. Was it maybe a focus on defense tonight and working on more defensive structures? Why maybe there weren't as many scoring chances?
No, it's for me. We're playing both sides of the puck. Like when we have the puck, like our focus is on offense, and when we don't, it's on defense. And like it wasn't something where we were coming in here and we were only talking about one side of the game. Like we were, for us and for our staff, like we're always talking about both sides. And so. I think it was definitely a game where it did feel hard to generate. Like it came a little bit in waves. There'd be some shifts where maybe you get a one or two, and some of those like looks too, they're not connecting. It's like we're trying to do the right thing, we're trying to make the right play, and maybe it just doesn't connect the way that we want to, and maybe it doesn't lead to an actual chance. But some of the things that we were looking for, we saw, and I still think this is a game there we're going to take some positives from. It's our second exhibition game. Like there's going to be plenty too that we're going to be able to look at and areas that we're going to be able to build off here now moving forward in these upcoming games.
I know it's still early, but Hollander the other day, you said the stuff he was doing in Sweden could translate over here. Did you see any of that translate in this game?
No, I mean he's got a great stick, and like you can see, I think for all the guys too, it's when you get a game, and you've seen that in the first two, where there does, and this is just hockey, like special teams sometimes plays a factor, and so like that 5-on-5 game, like sometimes there's a great rhythm to it, and then there's a flow. Other times there's not, and you really honestly you can't control that. Like you got to be ready for when those next shifts are. And I thought the parts of the game there where we were getting into a little bit more of a rhythm 5-on-5. I think you were able to see some of those things come out.
Had to kill plenty of penalties tonight. I think 5 of 7. Yeah. What is your satisfaction on the progression to this point of the PK?
Yeah, it's early. There hasn't been there's been zero practice time on special teams. And so everything's been, based on video and the exhibition games. So that being said, Mike Stothers works with our penalty killers. Nick Benino helps him with that. Like those guys have done a great job of getting these guys prepared. Like that's not easy when you have no practice time, and we just can't this time of year. Like there's been too many other things that we need, to focus in on in those 4 days of practice. And so it's been purely just on video and teaching, and I think the credit to the coaches and a huge credit to the players. Like they've gone out there too, with no practice time. Sometimes it's new partners, and you see guys in lanes, you see guys blocking shots, you see guys with great stick detail. Goalies have made some big saves there, and there has been a lot of opportunity in these 2 exhibition games to work on our penalty kill, and so I think it's been really good by everybody. It's a good starting point, and I think as we go through training camp now, we'll be able to add layers to that with more time in practice.
What have been your impressions of Alexeyev, and does it complicate the evaluation process that he hasn't played a whole lot in the last year at all?
I can't control that. Yeah, I mean that's the situation. They can't control that. I don't, from my standpoint, I wouldn't say it necessarily changes how I look at things. I think it's he's here, he's battling. I thought there was a second period. I think he had a nice hit there right at the beginning of the period. He's a guy who can add some physicality, and I guess if anything, you may factor in that knowing that there hasn't been a lot of games, and so it's just giving some time there and everything to get up to speed.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.